Hello, good evening. And it is evening. It's 9:30 something on the 30th of November, so I thought it is probably time that we read the prologue. So let's do that. The Mystery of the Ice Cave. You take a last few steps through the deep powder snow and turn around. Your gaze wanders over the snow-covered valley. Down there in that tiny town, people are probably already busy decorating their homes for Christmas. You take a few deep breaths and the cold air burns in your lungs, already strained from the climb. But at least there is air, clear and pure. No comparison to the city air that you, unlike your friends, left behind you. Your friends only seemed bothered about Christmas this and Christmas that, and not the only ones either, given how deserted the ski lifts and slopes seem to be. You quietly celebrate your decision to take a spontaneous skiing holiday alone. It's wonderfully serene up here. You look around and finally find the trail markers that will lead you to the best ski run in the area. You leave the beautiful panorama behind and follow the signpost over the next hill. As you strap your skis under your boots, it suddenly becomes strangely dark. Deep grey clouds have gathered over you and threaten to block out the daylight. Thankfully, the snow still reflects enough light to continue, but you will need to step up a gear if you really want to enjoy the descent. As you begin to ski in earnest, thick snowflakes begin to fall. This doesn't improve your view, but there is still nothing to worry about. Your skis slide rhythmically over the top of snow, and you enjoy the solitude. On the slope ahead, you spot a long metal rod protruding from the snow. You slow down and stop. Is this still a slope marker? The flakes are falling more and more densely, and you are beginning to find it difficult to orient yourself. A little further along you see a second steel pole. It is not necessarily the usual kind of marker, but after all this is not a busy run either. You continue on down the slope more cautiously. As you ski, you notice more and more bare rocks around you. This can't be right, can it? Your path leads alongside high rock faces and dangerous-looking abysses. Did the metal marker lead you in the right direction? You decide to take a short break. After all, the situation can only be improved with a snack and a chance to sit and plan in peace how to safely return to the main run. Searching, you let your gaze wander over the slopes. Suddenly, something cracks loudly behind you. You turn around, but all you can see is snow and rock. Then you hear a deep rumble. The mountain seems to tremble, and your skis start to vibrate. The snow begins to move under your feet, and a sliver of panic seizes you. An avalanche! Your heart is racing. Your mind screams over and over, "Damn, damn, damn, help, help, help!" But your body instinctively knows what to do, and takes control. You lean into your skis and head in the same direction as the tumbling snow. Behind and beside you, the white mass thunders down. Now all you can think about is not getting buried by it. The snow seems to be forcing you directly towards a sheer rock wall, and your mind clicks into gear. You have to change course right now, otherwise you will be crushed between the snow and the rocks. But what is that? Is that a hole in the rock? You feel a glimmer of hope, and twisting your body around with all of your might, you dive into the alcove and feel the push of snow forcing you deeper inside. Then the world turns black before your eyes. A little later, you awaken and find yourself on an icy rock floor. You're half covered in rubble and snow, but you can move. You struggle to catch your breath as you stomp free and warily straighten yourself upright. It takes a while for your body to stop shaking and a few tears run down your cheek. That was so close. You can't believe that you survived. The rumbling outside has now stopped. Instead, there is an eerie silence. You hastily throw off your skis, sticks, and ski mask. You grab your mobile phone from the inside pocket of your jacket, but there is no reception and you don't have a transmitter. You test whether you can make a hole through the snow with your ski poles, but you quickly come across ice sheets and rubble. You won't get any further here. Somehow you have to get out of this place. By the time you are missed and someone finds you here in the avalanche, you will have long since starved to death. You turn away from the buried entrance. With icy fingers, you turn on your mobile phone torch and shine it in all directions. What you thought was a niche in the rock seems more like a corridor. You trace your fingertips along the walls. They are peculiarly smooth and even. A few meters in front of you, the passage opens to a larger one. The light of your torch doesn't go very far, and stalagmites and stalactites throw shadows across the cave. You try to recall the name for stalactites that have grown into one another, of which there are a few here, but you can't think of it. You're slowly regaining some of your optimism. If there is an entrance, might there also be an exit? You decide to explore the cave as systematically as possible and start to move forward. Small stones continue to crunch under your bulky ski boots. You keep your torch shining into the darkness. There, a few meters in front of you, something is glistening. But what? You move away from the wall to take a closer look. The nearer you get, the more sure you are that it has to be ice. But not a simple block of ice. No, it almost looks like a figure, as if someone tried to make a bear out of ice. What a strange place for an ice sculpture. From your new location, you look around and discover even more of these ice forms. Incredible! Many look like mountain animals, while others appear to be mythical creatures. The further you go inside the cave, the larger and more detailed the figures get. Wild theories run through your head. Was there once an exhibition here? But this would be a very strange place for it. Perhaps an eccentric artist stores their sculptures in the cave. What is far more important is that someone has already been in this cave before you. So it is quite possible that there is another exit here too. It's a bit scary, however, to be observed by silent eyes of ice, and you want to hurry to the other end of the cave. Just then, you kick something, and a metallic clank sounds in the stillness. You shine the torch downward and discover a rusty carabiner, which you must have caught with your shoe. Not far away is a frayed rope. Perhaps these are left over from transporting the ice sculptures. You let your gaze wander and find more surprising things. 2 pickaxes, a dusty box full of tattered ropes, and an old tin can containing rusty nails. Finally, you discover a rag bag of old helmets. Slowly, a new idea comes to you. Might an expedition to this cave have taken place in the past? Next to all the junk lies a new surprise. Gigantic mountain boots. A look at the shoe sole tells you size 18. They're definitely the biggest boots you have ever seen. In any case, they are not an alternative to your ski boots, and you put them back again. But the boots look pretty new, and somebody must have left them there. You shine the light more thoroughly around you and discover more of these ice sculptures. You are particularly impressed by an extremely detailed life-size bear figure. Behind it stands a huge eagle, and further back, 2 strange monk-like ice figures flank a flight of stairs. Your eyes slide back to, wait a minute, a staircase? You quickly rush towards it. You weren't mistaken! The 2 identical ice figures actually stand on a staircase carved into the rock. With shaky knees, you begin to climb the stairs. After a few meters, you notice a light in the distance. Is anyone here? As glad as you would be to find help, it occurs to you that the inhabitants must be pretty odd to live in such a crazy house. And what would they eat? Hopefully not skiers. Now that some light is shimmering in the distance, you turn off your torch to adjust your eyes to the darkness. You try to be as quiet as possible. After all, you never know what might be ahead of you. But the faint shimmer magically attracts you, and you continue to climb the stairs towards a doorway. The first riddle begins on the calendar sheet, 1st of December. Carefully tear out the calendar sheet before reading it. And we will do that tomorrow.